Welcome to the second powwow of 2024. Katie's going to open us up.
Can y'all even believe, number one, that it's March? I felt like it went from Christmas to like, I don't even know if January, February even existed. And here we are in March, a brand freaking new catalog. I don't know about y'all, but anytime we have a new catalog, there is a hype like no other. Like when the season changed, the hype is just different. Like the feeling is just different. It's a beautiful time in Scentsy Land. So if this is your first catalog change, we're going to talk about how to make the most of everything going on in the Scentsy world right now because we have a lot going on. Number one, a brand new catalog. We have a join special. We have so much goodness that Scentsy's giving us, plus LTOs, and we're going to kind of share with you guys how to navigate all that. But the first thing I want to say is if you went to World Tour, I know that you have been hyped since World Tour. Like an event just does something to your soul. It just relights your soul. That's why we preach go to events because there's nothing like them. And now we have a new catalog change. And if you aren't hyped, or maybe you've been here for a while and your fire has kind of died down, your excitement has died down. Number one, that is normal. Number two, you are not alone. I am right there in that boat with you. Okay, right there with you. 7 years in, and the hype ain't always there sometimes. You have to create your own hype. So if maybe you're in that season of you've been here for a while and you have like this weird feeling like that you're just not excited, know that you're not alone. You're not alone in that. But you create your own excitement. And I'm going to share with you guys kind of how I worked my business, how I'm working my business this month to encourage you, number one, because I've noticed this month that because I've worked my business like I did when I started back in 2017, I'm creating my own hype and I'm creating my own momentum, and I haven't had that in a long time because I was in a place of being stagnant and just not doing the bare minimum because I never do the bare minimum, but I was not getting out of my comfort zone. I wasn't doing things to grow. I wasn't talking to people. I was kind of just like in this thing of just, well, my PRV is great. That's wonderful. Let's keep it moving. But I was not growing because of the way that I felt. And oftentimes we work our businesses on how we feel in the moment. And there's so much danger in that because if you sit in your feelings of not feeling like it for too long, your business will die. Your business will die. I promise you. You can scoot by and get by and be comfortable, but comfortable doesn't grow a business. Comfortable doesn't grow your business. You can get by and hit your PRV goal and get paid at title, but you're not going to grow. And I can say that the last 6 months, I've had no growth. My PRV is great, wonderful. PRV just pays me this month. It doesn't pay me month after month. And there's danger in sitting in your comfort zone and not doing the uncomfortable things or doing the things that you did when you first joined. Not doing those things, when you stop doing those things, you're going to watch your business not grow. And that's where I'm at right now. So going into this new catalog season, it was the perfect time for me to reevaluate my personal business. Say, Katie, you need to do what you did when you started. What are you doing? Yeah, you're in top PRV, but top PRV don't mean crap. Listen, top 10 of PRV doesn't mean anything because we all start at zero next month. PRV does, it matters, yes. PRV matters, it has to come first, yes. But when you stop growing your customer base, you have nobody to talk to about hosting and joining. And that's where your growth comes in. So that's what I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about starting over, starting from scratch, and focusing on that, not the bare minimum, but the IPAs. Because we've gotten so far away of income producing activities because we're worried about sticker sheets and samples and mail. And those things are wonderful, great customer service, but that's not what's going to make you money. Drop in the chat. You're here to make money, correct? I'm going to assume that you guys are on this call because you want to make money. We want to teach you how to make money. We don't talk enough about money. We're here to make money. We ain't here to spend hours doing samples and sticker sheets and we're not getting orders from them. You're spending hours mailing hundreds of dollars on postage, but you're not getting orders. So that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about making money. Okay. So when I started this with no symptoms, no systems, and didn't know what I was doing. But I learned early on that I had to get these testers under people's noses. So when I started, I took all my crap to work with me. Took my whole starter kit to work with me, which won't a lot. Okay, it won't a lot. Okay, I joined under a $49 kit and I had a half a set of testers and like 5 catalogs. So I didn't have a lot of stuff. But I took it to work with me. It sold itself because I got it under people's noses. So I asked my 4 nurses that I worked with to each take that bag of testers, pick a week, and take it home with them to share it with their friends and family. And they collected orders. So my first 2K month was my second month of joining because I had a host every week of that month take my testers home with me. I got it under people's noses, but I had to ask them. I didn't use social media the first year or two of my business. I had to actually ask them, will you take this home with me? Will you take this home with you? When they collected orders, I would message each person that ordered from all 4 of those girls and followed up with them and took care of them. They became my forever customer. And then I asked them, did they want free stuff? And it trickles down. It trickles down. We've gotten so far away from asking because why? We're scared. We're scared. What if they say no? What if they ghost us? And they will. They'll tell you no. Or I think I'd rather be told no than ghosted altogether. I get ghosted every single day. But that is how I built my entire business the first 2 years of my business. I did those things every single month. I needed a host every single week. 4 hosts a month. I needed one every single week. And what happened from that is collectively their people, I would get orders for follow-ups or personal orders for myself. So as I had 4 hosts a month, I also had 4 bulk orders every Friday for myself from follow-ups. And I repeated that cycle month after month, month after month, month after month. And I know you guys get sick of me saying party, 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 party. Every SSD on this call, Caitlin, Nicole, and Ray Ray, and myself, have built their businesses the first 2 years of their business on parties. Call it what you want to call it. You can call it a text party. You can call it a bulk order, whatever you want to call it. Partying has to be the heart and soul of your business. That needs to be the forefront, the first thing that you focus on every single month for the following month. Not just because it's a party, but the party is what grows your customer base. And ultimately, the goal is to have a large customer base so that when you have a join special, you have people to share it with. If you're milking the same 10 people for orders, you're going to struggle. Partying solves all your business problems. It's going to grow your customer base where you're going to have a larger number of people to share flash sales with, to share that you have a bulk order with, to get referrals from, to get parties booked. The higher your PRV generally is a good indication that you have a healthy customer base. That's what you want. That's the goal in partying. The goal in partying is to meet new contacts, to meet new people so that you can eventually get new hosts, which gets you new customers, or they eventually join you so they become a new teammate. And I pulled these stats specifically. I have 158 frontline. 90% of my frontline I met through a party. I did not know before Scentsy. I did not know them. If I solely relied on posting on social media, I would have never met them. I met almost every single one of my frontline from a party. That's the beauty in it. The party immediately gets you PRV, but long term, which is going to pay you more long term down the road, is them becoming a team, them becoming somebody that you sponsor. That's the ultimate goal, is either an order, a host, or they join you. That's what partying does for your business. So if you're not doing it, I hear people say all the time, I can't get parties booked. It takes practice. It took me 7 months to get my first home party booked. 7 months. 7 months. Because I was begging people. I mean, literally, I was like, I'll give you a kidney, please, anybody. But you have to ask. You have to ask. If just asking one or two people, that's not asking for parties. Take it to work with you. Show people how easy it is for you. So what I do with my personal host rewards, take a picture of it and post it on social media. I got all this for free and half off. People are visual. I'm visual too. If you come at me, and I just had this happen, somebody just asked me to book an Usborne party. I'd rather eat Brinley's crap right out of her butthole than have a party. Real talk. I ain't happening. It ain't happening. But if she would have said it a different way, if she would have said, hey, you have friends that have kids, Easter's coming up. If each of you order 2 books, you can get 4 books free or 2 half off. I probably would have said yes, but she sent me this long paragraph and it had some links in it. And I haven't even sat down today. This is the first time I have physically sat down. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading it. Okay. So, anyway, because other people got to talk. Partying has to be your non negotiable. If you're not doing it, I want you to get uncomfortable. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go to your order history and I want you to message them and I want you to say, we have a new catalog. Would you like to get some free stuff? If somebody comments on a post that you do or they send you an order, I want you to say to them, would you like to get that order for free? Would you like to get some of that order for free? Listen, I'm at a place in my business now. I still party, but because I've done it so much, people come to me to party. Case in point, I had a biopsy today on my face and I had 34 orders to drop off. You heard that correct. 34 orders to drop off today. I started at 7 o'clock and didn't get done until 2:50 when I picked up Aiden. In the midst of that, I had a girl message me and said, hey, Christina coded one of your bag things back in November. Can you bring one by? Because I already have $400 in orders from the girls here just by looking online. They hadn't even sniffed the stuff. She just knew Christina got a lot of free stuff from me in November. That's all she knew. But I asked Christina in November. Had I not asked Christina in November, this girl wouldn't have came to me to party. There's beauty in it. It's a trickle down effect. Okay. It's a trickle down effect. So when people give you orders, say, would you like to try and get that for free? Especially if it's a large order. If it's over $100, they're already halfway to the minimum. You have to get creative with asking. People don't want to hear the word party. I just told you I'm not gonna book no party with nobody. Okay. I done been invited to a pampered chef party. I done been asked to host so many parties this month, and the answer is no, because that stresses me out and makes it seem like work when people say all you got to do is invite your friends. Well, I don't have friends. What if I don't have friends? Okay, I have Shannon. Shannon ain't gonna buy no wax. I mean, Shannon don't buy wax for me. You think Shannon's gonna buy a $60 pot? No. But being creative with your wording. Okay, so you have to party. You have to party to expand your customer base, to meet new contacts, so that your PRV does increase, so that you can sponsor. Okay, I'm in a sponsoring rut right now. You know why? Because I didn't party the last 4 months. Because my PRV was good. So I didn't think I really had to party because my PRV was good. But I didn't meet any new people. And that's the goal, is relationship building. You have to put the relationship with your customer first above anything else. The relationship matters, because when you have a great relationship with your customers, they're going to refer you, they're going to trust you, they're going to party with you when you ask, and they may eventually become your team member. So you have to focus on relationships with your customers. Superb customer service. Share your host rewards on social media. Use the perpetual party reward to your advantage. You don't have to go big to go home. You don't have to offer a $60 warmer if they book a party with you, but you can offer something to them. So if somebody comes to you and says, I want the Stargaze mini warmer, can I order that? Well, just your luck, Diana, it's just your luck. Because this month, anybody that totes my bag or does an online shindig, I'm giving them a Stargaze mini warmer. Ain't that cute? It's only going to cost me $12.50. but she could possibly have a $500 party and introduce me to 10 new people. Get creative. Get creative. Okay. It's not hard. Don't overcomplicate it. I stopped partying because I overcomplicated it and I started psyching myself out because I was like, nobody wants a party, but they do. They do. I just have to be creative with asking. I have 7 parties going on right now, 7 bag parties going on. My PRV is at 6,500 right now. I'm about to close another party for 500 right now, be at 7K. And what is it? The 12. You know why? Because people want the new stuff. They want to smell it. They want that Starburst. They want Starburst. They want Starburst Sky everything. They want it, all of it. You have to get the sense under people's nose. So the next thing, to piggyback off, the reason why you want to heavily book your calendar with parties, any types of parties. There's a million ways to party without saying the word parties. We're not going to go over that right now. There's a million ways to ask people, do you want free stuff? If you have a successful host, if a host has a successful party, they can join for free using their host rewards. A successful party, most of the time, not all the time, okay, they'll make a wonderful consultant. If they have the host, if you have a host that does all the work for their party, they're doing a bag party, an online party, and they're engaged and they're collecting those orders and they hit 500 PRV, they did that work. They'll make an amazing consultant. So you have a wonderful tool at your hands when you have successful parties like that to flip them to that host so that they become a team member. There's power in it. You want to know why? Because I hit Annual Mentor 4 months ago. You have to have 14 certified consultants. Of those 14 consultants, 10 were earn-a-kit. 10 were flipped parties. Why? Because I've already helped them get halfway to certified. They already did the work. It's their party. So yes, I'm essentially losing the PRV, but that's why I overbook my month and keep booking parties throughout the month. Engage so that when you flip it, you may be losing PRV, but you're gaining a bomb team member, and longevity wise and money wise, that could be your next director. That could be the person that helps you promote. There's beauty in helping other people find success in this business. When you help them, they help you. So when you're flipping, y'all should be asking every host, but we're not, because nobody's partying anymore. We're not doing that. We're running businesses off of individual orders now, or posting and collecting orders, posting and praying we get orders instead of being intentional and booking parties. And because we're not being intentional, we're not getting intentional team members. We're not getting people that want this business long term. So when they have a successful party and you flip it to them, they're already halfway to certified. They already hit shooting star and they can join for free. Yep. PRV from that party is 1 month. Ashley Pierce is a good example of this. She wasn't an earn-a-kit, but she was a customer of mine that had an over almost $700 Scentsy club. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I asked her for a long time to join and she said no. She said no. September 1st, she joined because the witch warmer came out in the kit and she had to have, or August, whatever month it was, she had to have it. She joined, she hit certified super quick, obviously, because her Scentsy Club was the majority of it. But because she'd started, her husband's a cop and he doesn't have to work that much anymore. He doesn't have to work much overtime anymore. He's home more with her. There's beauty in it of asking. You have to ask your best customers. They love the product already. They already giving it to their mama and them. They're already selling it to their friends. They're sharing it with everybody. Ask your best customers. Ask your Scentsy Club people. Ask them. They love the product. So they're going to be amazing consultants. But in order to find good customers, faithful customers, reoccurring customers, you have to party. You have to meet new people. I have customers across the United States that I've never met in person. And some of them are my best friends for real, for real. One of them is on my weight loss journey with me. Been on my weight loss journey with me for 6 months. Never met her face to face. We are best friends. I know her kids' names. I know her birthday. She knows my husband's on my nerves this week. We know everything about each other. I've never met each other. And I met her because she was a guest at a party. And because of her, she's referred her mom. She's referred her best friends. She's referred her cousin. She's referred so many people to me she won't join. But there's beauty in it. There's beauty in it. Party. Get out of your comfort zone. So my personal challenge, I'm done after this. And then Ray, Caitlin, Nicole can give a challenge after they talk to you guys. My personal challenge for you is the 12th is to get 2 parties booked for the rest of the month. That's my personal challenge. 2 parties, 1 a week for the rest of the month. And that should be your goal from here on out. A party a week. You have to ask. You have to ask. Get uncomfortable. Do you want fries with that? Oh, that's a huge order, girl. You want to get it for free? You want that mini warmer? Do you want to get it for free? You want to get it for free? You want, this is my favorite one, especially because we have a new catalog. People want to smell all the new smells, correct? How many customers have you said, oh, I can't wait to smell that? Girl, you can, in fact, smell it. I'll mail you a sticker sheet. And if you get 10 of your friends to get a 6-pack of wax, you get a 6-pack of wax for free, right? That's a $300 party, $30 in free product credit. You get 10 friends to get a 6-pack of wax, you get your 6-pack of wax for free. Get creative, because those people will become forever customers. And one of them will eventually join you. That's how you're going to build longevity. You got to meet new people. Stop exhausting the same 10. Your mama and your sister don't want to buy no more warmers from you. They don't. They want you to stop asking them to help you get active every month, because your account's about to go inactive. They don't want to do it no more. You got to meet new people. And this is how you're going to meet new people. So that's it. I'm done. And
Okay.
I love you.
What? What did you say?
I said, and I love y'all. I hope y'all didn't think that last I said, but I'm just saying they don't want to buy anything else to help you be active. We got to meet people.
That was so good, Katie, because there were a lot of reminders that you were spitting out, and it was taking me back to when I first started and how I grew my business and how I stopped doing specific things like bag parties. Katie already said it, like we all grew. Anybody that has a big business with Scentsy that's been around for years, they grew their business through partying. Whatever their partying looked like, mine was bag parties, and that was because I was a nurse back then, and so I was very, very busy, so I would drop them off on my lunch break. Gosh, I remember not random, but like I literally would sit in my car on my lunch break and I would put a timer for 30 minutes on my phone as I shoveled food in my face on my lunch break. And I would text as many people as I could even think of, okay? And I would ask them if they would be interested in taking a bag to work with them. And then if I didn't meet my goal, I would do it again the very next day on my lunch break, okay? And but I would set myself a timer. I'm not, this isn't even on my list, but like I have to say this. I would set a timer because I am that person that if I sit down and on my to-do list is book parties, if I don't set a timer, I psych myself out. I go through my list of people that I want to ask, and I start thinking and questioning, oh, okay, I don't know why I put her up here because she's not going to be interested in doing a Scentsy party, right? And then I'm going to go to the next person. I'm going to cross that person off. I'm going to go to the next person, and I'm going to psych myself out again and be like, oh, you know what? She works at this building, like she doesn't see a lot of people, so she's not going to be interested in doing a Scentsy party. And that is how my brain is, okay? I would literally psych myself out. And so putting pressure on myself with a timer, I would literally just send the text message or send the Facebook message, whatever the case may be, okay? And
right,
so
we that together. Remember when me and you both worked?
oh my God.
We used to do that, and we did the same thing with sponsoring because we didn't have time. I used to have people, because I couldn't do things like visibly at work because that was frowned upon. I would look at my
I'd be in the bathroom
with bag parties, So if they say yes, I'm like, all right, girl, my car's unlocked. Like it looked like straight up drug deals at Rural Health.
Yes.
But that's how I build a
I
business.
was Same. I was gonna say they would text me and be like, I'm in the parking lot. I'd be like, okay, I'm with a patient. Give me 3 minutes, please. 3 minutes. And I would run out there and I'd be like, okay. And I would hostess coach her right there in the parking lot. It would literally be like a 30-second hostess coach. Okay, this is what's in the bag. This is what you do with this. This is what you do with this. Whatever you do, do not leave the testers in your car because it'd be in the dead heat of summer and they'd be ruined. And so, like, when you really want something, you could be the busiest person on the planet, but when you really want something that bad, you make time for it and you find a way to reach it. And you don't care about anything in your tracks. Like, I remember people used to literally make posts about me on Facebook and talk crap about Scentsy and how it's a pyramid scam and all of this other crap. And then you know what? One of those people in particular that talked crap about it, she came and actually joined Scentsy like months later or like a year later and actually apologized for talking smack. So, like, you have to put your blinders on. If this is something you truly, truly want, it is 1,000% possible for every single person on this call. Okay. It is possible for anybody that's going to watch the replay tomorrow or the next day or the whatever time this week. If you weren't able to be on the call, that's fine. But like, if you really want it, you're gonna find a way to reach it. Okay. And like I say all the time, like, the people that are successful in this business are the ones that are consistent and the ones who haven't given up. Okay. I don't care if you've been around as a consultant for 4 years. Like, if you are still here, kudos to you. It's freaking hard. Whoever says it's easy, yes, the actual acts are like what we have to do to build a business is easy. But at the end of the day, it's also freaking hard because you are the only person that's going to hold yourself accountable to do those things. You might have a sponsor like Katie, or you might have, a friend in the business that you guys hold each other accountable. But at the end of the day, like, I'm accountable for myself, for my growth, for my sales, for me asking people to join, not Katie, and she's my sponsor. Like, nobody else can hold your hand. No matter if you have the best accountability partner on the planet in this business, like, at the end of the day, it's up to you. Okay. So number one, I just want to say, like, I am so proud of all 39 people that are on this call tonight. Like, at the end of the day, we could all be doing something different at 8:30 p.m. at night, right? We could be with our kids. We could be watching Netflix. We could be doing the dishes. We could be whatever the case may be. We could always be doing something else. But the fact that you're on this call, it just shows me that you are showing up for your business. Okay. So kudos to you. Okay. I'm going to get to my notes. Okay. Because I don't
Before
want
you
this.
before you jump in,
Yeah.
the timer thing is freaking gold. And
Oh, the
we
timer thing to this day. If I don't want to do something that's on my to-do list, such as book parties or ask people to join, guys, I've been doing this. I joined in 2017 is when I joined. Okay. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was 2017 I joined. I still get cold feet when I ask people to join. Not everybody, but I still get cold feet when I ask specific people to join because I'm human and in my brain I make up this fake scenario shit that they're not going to be interested or that they don't need extra money or that they're going to make fun of me or X, Y, and Z. Okay. So when I am feeling that way, when I start getting anxiety about asking or about doing a specific IPA, I literally time myself. I say, Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes and I get the ball rolling and I just see, okay, how many people can I ask about joining? How many parties can I book in 10 minutes type of thing. Okay. Because when you time yourself, you're more like it's like a race, before time. So it's like race against the time, should I say? Instead of you thinking about all of the things for why you shouldn't message those people. So, anybody use the timer method? Guys, do you know what I time myself for? I am a timer girly. I will even time myself to see how fast I can unload the motherfucking dishwasher. Okay? I literally do that. So go ahead, Katie. What you got to say, girl?
I've never done that. But I'm over here as you're talking about this timer thing. I'm like, that's when my business was most successful because that's how I had to work. I had no choice because I didn't have time. So I would have to race myself in a 10, 20-minute interval. And that's all I did for the whole day. And my business boomed because I was very intentional and it wasn't focused on crap that didn't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a post.
Timers can literally change the game. Megan, she says, I do timers to clean. I do too. You know what is really good? Please tell me I'm not the only one, and then I'm going to jump in. And I've been doing this since I was a kid. Okay. I would put something in the microwave to cook it, and I would try to get some type of activity done in that 2-minute period, 30-second period, minute period. Okay. To get it done. Like I remember, like we had to, my mom had a chore chart list for us, okay? And so I would, in the summertime when we stayed home, I'd go and cook my ramen noodles in the microwave. And while they were cooking, your girl was unloading the dishwasher, okay? Before that, exactly before that beep, beep, beep. So if you've never tried the timer method, like I highly recommend it, okay? Highly recommend it. You get some crap done, okay? All right, so Katie talked about parties and the importance of partying. I know so many people think partying is dead, right? You don't have to grow a business. You don't have to party to grow a business. That's what I'm hearing so many people say. And while, yes, that is correct, you don't have to party to grow a business. But I will tell you, it is the best way to grow a business fast. Okay. It's the best way to build those relationships, which is going to build your business. Okay. So I'm talking specifically about a new type of partying. And I did share a little bit in the Dare to Dream group last month because that's when I came up with this. And I'm not saying I created this, but I tweaked it to work for me because I'm talking about link parties. Yes, you've heard of text parties probably. You've heard of scroll parties where you create the scroll template, you text it to them, but those have been like hit or miss with me. And so what I was thinking is if I were to get asked to party by somebody, if somebody asked me to do a Facebook party, I'm out. Unless I love you to your core, I'm not doing a Facebook party for anybody. Okay. They're boring, they're time consuming. Like as a host, you're expected to engage. And I just don't want to do that. I already spend all of my time on social media with my own businesses. I don't want to do it for someone else's business. I'm all for supporting, but I want an easier, simpler, more simple way. Okay. So link parties, this is what they look like. It's literally their link that you would create normally for any type of party. And I have a template that I text to my host. So first, let me back up. So it's literally a link and one graphic. The graphic showcases products. It doesn't showcase all of the products. It personally showcases new products and my personal favorite products and products that are like best sellers for Scentsy, okay? I'm going to share all of this with you guys after this call. You'll have access to all of our call notes as well, okay? For everybody that's speaking on this call. So I wanted something that was going to be simple, sweet, short, to the point, okay? Like I wanted to send them a text, then be able to order right then and there and move on with their life, okay? I don't want them to have to scroll through multiple pages. Like that's still time consuming. It's 2024. People want boom, boom, boom and done. And so that's kind of where my thought process was when I was trying to think of like an easier way to party, okay? So the bottom line, because I've heard that this hasn't worked for some people, and I will say the bottom line, and this is for any type of party, the success is going to rely 100% on your hostess coaching, but more so the drive that the host has to be successful with this specific party, okay? If you reach out to someone and ask them to do a party and they seem like nonchalant about it, their party's probably going to be nonchalant. Okay. But if you reach out to somebody and they're excited, they're like, oh, heck yeah, let's give it a try. Their party's probably going to be booming because they actually want the free products that come with the partying, right? And so at the end of the day, I really do believe that the host is the one that's in 100% control over if the party is going to be successful or not. Okay. So your host has to be engaged. You do have to hostess coach them. You can't just say, here's the link, text it to people. Part of hostess coaching is giving them a template, following up with them, giving them a follow-up template, all of that, okay? And I will say hostess coaching is going to be a little bit different depending on the host. You know, we've all had those hosts that don't respond to us, but they hosted a party. It's like, why'd you host a party, but you're ghosting me, right? But then you have the hosts that need more love and more like fuel, should I say, versus some kind of just take it and run with it. The hosts that take it and run with it are the ones that you want to recruit right off the bat. Okay. The hosts that need a little bit more information and have more questions, they are great. They do have potential to be a teamie, but they're going to be more not needy, but like, you know, some people learn more by themselves. Some people need a little bit more effort. Okay. It's going to be the same way with hostess coaching. Okay. It's going to be dependent on the actual person that's hosting the party. Okay. So, when you're opening the party, you are going to want to, when you're opening the party link on your workstation, you're going to want to think of how long do you want this link to be open? Okay. I keep mine open for 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. If I open up the party earlier in the month, I keep it open for 2 weeks. If I don't open it up, let's say like today, I opened up a party. Well, maybe not today. Let's say you opened one up a week from now. I'm only going to keep it open for 1 week. Why? Because I want to close it out before the end of the month. Why? Because I am going to attempt to recruit that host and flip the party to her. Okay. So in case you guys didn't know, in order to flip a party, you have to flip it before the end of the month. So that consultant or that person, that host that's going to join to become a consultant gets credit for those sales in that month. Okay. So that's where my 1 to 2 weeks time frame comes from. Okay. All right. I have a couple, I have a couple ways that I book these parties, this type of party. So my classic is, hey girl, are you interested in free products? Literally the easiest, simple way. You can do that for any type of party, okay? Another one, hey girl, this is the one I used recently. Hey girl, I'm trying out a new way of hosting. I'm trying out a new way of hosting parties. It's super simple. Want to give it a go? If they respond, then I give them more information, okay? But I keep it short, sweet, simple, to the point. Like Katie said earlier, if I get a message that's this long, I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it. I don't care what it's about. I'm not reading it, okay? I want like maybe a 2-liner. Read it, decide if I want to respond, go about my day, okay? Another great way to get parties booked. Hey girl, I'm trying to expand my business. Are you willing to help? Yesterday I booked one of these link parties, and that's because I followed up with a customer who just ordered from a party, and I said, I'm booking some links this month and next if you'd like to get some free products. She said, yeah, let's do it. So I opened up her party today and I sent her all the information. Okay. So that's the first step is you have to get a yes. Once you get a yes, then you open up their party link, you determine how long you're going to open it for. Is it going to be a week or 2 weeks? And then you're going to text the host the initial text, should I say, okay? And this is what I say. I say, hey girl, I'm about to send over the template with your direct link and the graphic to include that showcases some products. Feel free to edit the template if you'd like. Text it to anyone you'd like. Try to aim for 10 people. Okay, so I give them a goal, 10 people. You are more than welcome to share the link on social as well, but you can't post about the giveaway. That has to be private. Your link will close March 26th. To start gaining rewards, you have to reach a minimum of 200 in sales. If you have questions, let me know. Okay, so I gave her 2 goals. text it to 10 people, and you have to reach a minimum of 200. Okay. So that's what I first text her. Then I send over the template that I send these separate so they can just copy and then paste it into a text. Okay. So this is the template, and it changes a little bit depending on what's happening with Scentsy. So like right now it's, hey girl, I have my own Scentsy shopping link for the next 2 weeks. Thought I'd share if you'd like to browse their new spring summer products. If you do order, you'll be put into the drawing for a chance to win a wax warmer and bundle, and you'll receive a thank you gift from Ray, my consultant. Here's the link to check it out. Add the link. The last day to order is March 26th. That is super important that you put the last day to order, because that is where people are going to see, okay, like I have a week to order. Or if you only give them a 4-day party, which I've done before, then they're probably going to go and order right then and there. Okay, because most people want to support their friend or family or whoever's doing the party. And so give them the time frame in the template to send out. Okay. Now, one thing I want to, yes, I am going to give you guys all of this. Everything that I'm sharing, you will have access to it as soon as the call's over, okay? And then once they send this specific message, they get a graphic, okay? The graphic showcases new products, top 6 fragrances that are my favorites. It talks about, it has my phone number up there if people want to text me. It has what else does it have up there? I'm gonna share. I have the link for that too, so you guys can edit it a little bit if you want. What was I trying to say? Oh, it basically just showcases products. Okay, it has pictures of new warmers. It has top 6 fragrances that are my favorite. It has checkout bundle and save to save some money. It has some other stuff up there too, okay? So that's literally all they're doing. They are texting the same message to 10 people. Shoot, they could put them in a group message if that's what they want to do, but they're texting them, okay? All right, also what I wanted to say was you do not have to do the giveaway. That is something that I am doing, okay? And the free gift that I'm doing is a scent circle. So I send scent circles in an envelope, and it cost me 1 stamp. It costs me 1 stamp to send. That is something that I choose to do. You do not have to do that, okay? All right, next. Check in with the host every few days. If you're not near, if you haven't met your sales goal closer to the end of the link, then that's when I would create a follow-up text template for your host to resend. But I wouldn't have her send that out until probably day 2, 3, maybe 4, depending. It really depends on how long your party's going to be. Okay. Number one, I ask, hey, how did it go when you texted 10 people? Were people interested? And most of the time people are like, yeah, I have like 3 or 4 people interested. I'm like, okay, great. But then I do create a follow-up template. I don't have an example of that because the follow-up template is really like, it's based off of what's happening in Scentsy. So like if the Easter collection was going to be dropping, or if it just dropped, that's kind of what I would hit on. Or I would hit on my host favorite products. So I would ask my host, hey, what are your top 2 favorite products? And then my template would be based on her favorite products or his favorite products type of thing. Okay. All right. And then this is gold. And this isn't just for link parties. This is for any type of party. If this is a host that has already partied with you in the past, what I do is I go into my order history and I pull up their last party with me. I personally, me, myself, I, as the consultant, I will either text or I will email if I only have an email. But half the time I'm a texter. So I will text the people from her last party and say, hey, Katie's having another Scentsy party. I know you ordered last fall from her party. If you wanted to check out what's new that just launched, here's her party link. She will get credit for your order. Okay. So that's something that I do on my own. Katie might have already reached out to that same person, but then I'm kind of a follow-up. Okay. And then Always ask the host to join before submitting their party. Always, always, always. Okay. Also, let me backtrack. When I look at a previous host party, when I reach out to them, let's say that I have a host or a customer that decides randomly she does want to join Scentsy and become a consultant. I will go back to her previous party, even if it wasn't like recently, if it was months ago. And I will also text those people and say, hey, Joanna just joined Scentsy. I know she would love your support. Here's her link. You can shop her link if you want to help her grow her business or launch her business or whatever the case may be. I do the same thing for new teamies if they've partied with me in the past and I have access to their friend base. Okay. Okay, so yeah, always ask to join. Always. Even if it's just a little blurb. Even if you feel like in the back of your mind they're gonna say no, just a little blurb. And you know what I say? Like I have a girl that came to me. I have a customer that came to me and asked me to party over the weekend. And so I created her link. She's at like almost $400 in sales. And I've asked her many other times if she's wanted to join. So I already know that she's probably most likely going to say no when I ask her again. But there's always that like very small percentage that she might say yes. So what I'm going to do is whatever her total sales are by the end of her link, by the end of her text link, I am going to figure out what her commission would be and say, hey, number one, you could use your rewards to get your kit for free, or you could buy the $35 kit. Okay. Save your rewards, use them on whatever you want, get the $35 kit or the $99 kit, whatever. This is what your commission would be. Okay. Always tell them what their commission would be. Always. All right. And then another thing, and this is for all parties, always ask all party guests to host a party. You can even incentivize it. This is a great way to get party bookings, okay? If Katie, I say Katie because that's one of my customers that religiously has a party with me 2 times a year, minimum. Okay, so I always say, hey girl, if you book a party, if you book a link date like Katie just did, Katie will get X, Y, and Z. Okay. Incentivize it. Katie will get access to another half off item. Katie will get a free 6-pack of wax. Okay. So incentivize it if you want it. And then last but not least, no matter the outcome of the party, okay, I've done these link parties. I have had 2 that have failed. The rest of them have been great. But I have had 2 that have flopped. And like I said, it goes back to the host. I could have told you straight from the beginning. When my host reached out to me and said, oh, I can't just post it on Facebook. When someone comes back and says, oh, I can't just post a link on Facebook, you absolutely can. But I can guarantee you that it's going to be a flopped party from the beginning because a post on Facebook is not going to get you orders. It's not going to. You might get a random order, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a flop. Okay. So, but no matter the outcome, I always express gratitude to my host, even if they got $0 in sales. $0 in sales. I always tell them thank you and I appreciate their support. And I always send them a free product and it's a scent circle. I always mail them a scent circle with a thank you note on the back of the scent circle or when you flip it up saying, Joanna, thank you so much for attempting to party with me. Like, I appreciate you trying to help me grow my business. I hope you love this scent circle, okay? Always express gratitude because you never know. I've had people host parties. For example, Courtney P.S., guys, she's a star director. Did you know that she did a party with me and had $0 in sales? And now she's a star director? Like, what? People can always come back and shock you. So never burn your bridges. Never get upset with people because they didn't get sales. Like at the end of the day, it's not their job to get you sales. It's your job, right? It's our job. So always express gratitude. Always tell them thank you, and that will go so far. Okay, it will go so far. All right, Caitlin, it's your go, girl. I saw that there were some questions, so while Caitlin's talking, I'm gonna go up and read. Let me highlight you, Caitlin. Hold on.
Okay.
Spotlight you. Okay,
Okay.
go girl.
So I know we've talked a lot about partying, and I know that some of you are probably like, we talked about partying last time, we talked about it this time. This has been a lot of partying, but tell us, I really think that all of us could party more than what we're doing right now. So tell in the chat, do you think that you could be asking more? Do you think that you could be partying more than you are right now? Because I know that I absolutely can. And it is up to me if I'm going to make that decision to ask. And Katie says all the time, just ask. And it is up to us to make that decision. And so partying for me, so I also joined in 2017. And I started off partying, and I made it a cycle. It has become a cycle for me. It's been a consistent cycle for me, where if somebody orders from a party for the first time, they're a new customer, I follow up with them and I ask them, how did you like the order, the warmer that you got from so-and-so's party? If they're talking about how much they love it, I'm always saying, well, how about we get you some free Scentsy like so-and-so did? It is a cycle. It is easy because I know that that's my system. I follow up, see how they like it. Then I say, let's get some for free like so-and-so. So that is how I have continued to party for the last 6.5 years. And so I'm going to kind of share a little bit of a different type of party that I've been doing. And I like hearing these different things because we all have different ways of parties, like party methods that work for us. So you might try something and say, I didn't really like that. That's okay. Find what works for you. And also know that sometimes something might work for you for a year and then it kind of stops and you need to switch things up a little bit. So for me, I started out doing completely all Facebook group parties. That's where I started with my launch party. I was in college. That just continued. And I always just did Facebook group parties. In about September of 2022, those just were not working for me anymore. I think that people were not seeing my posts, people weren't getting notifications, and I felt like my parties were decreasing. They just weren't going as well. So I was like, well, what can I do to switch this up? And I saw somebody else talking about a messenger party, and you might hear that and be like, oh no, group messages, I don't want to do that. But I'm going to kind of go into detail of how I do that. But first off, I want to say before kind of explaining that, you are in control of how much you're partying. You're in control of how much you're putting into your business. And there will be times where you are on the mountaintop and things are great and your PRV is awesome and you don't even feel like you're working for it. And there are going to be times where it's in the valley and you're like, I'm asking and nobody's doing it and it's discouraging. And that's where I am right now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. And it's okay. It's okay to feel like it's not always going to be in the mountaintops. But my PRV has not been where I'd like it to be really for the last 3 months. I went on the leadership cruise in January. So that kind of like was a week away where I was distracted. Got engaged, bought a house unexpectedly. So that was not anything I was planning on doing. That took all of February because I spent all of February with the buying a home process. And each month I started out feeling defeated. I felt like I can't even find the time to focus. I've got all these other things going on. And I just felt like, okay, I have to decide if I'm going to stay where I am and just be discouraged and be defeated, or if I'm going to say, I'm going to work to increase my PRV. I'm going to work and take the time because I know that I have control over what I'm doing and who I'm asking. So I looked at my new contacts that I had from previous parties. I made a list of 75 people that I maybe haven't talked with in a while, people that had done parties for me in the past. And I started messaging people. And after doing that, my PRV over doubled. So I know that it was in my hands. And, I had the ability to make that change. However, right now, my PRV is not where I want it to be. And I know that, again, just like last month and just like January, it is my decision if I'm going to sit down and take 20 minutes, set a timer, which is what I've been doing, take 20 minutes and message people and ask, because you might message 10 people, you might get one yes, but that yes could turn into a $500 party where you meet 10 new customers. So just kind of going into messenger parties, like I said, I found that my group page group page Facebook parties wasn't working for me. So I started with messenger parties in September of 2022. And I thought, okay, this might be a way where people are going to see my messages and they're not going to, and not worry about people not getting notifications on a group page. So one thing I will say that doesn't make it seem like an annoying group message. A lot of people don't want to be in group text. I don't either if it's going to be blown up. But the group message parties are the only people that join that are the people that tell the host they want to join. So typically, this is what I ask if I'm asking them to do a party. I say, hey girl, I hope you've had a good week. I wanted to check in and see if you'd want to get some free Scentsy just by me sharing our specials with your friends. What do you think? If they say yes, then I can explain the group message party to the host. And I'll say, I would set up a group where you add your friends that say they want to join. I'll share the current Scentsy specials. And when your friends order, you earn free and half off credits. It's the best way to try a bunch of new stuff. And then see what they say. And then I just say, I'll send you a message that you can copy and paste and to send to your friends to see who wants to join the group. So it's not like they're mass inviting all these people to a group message. They're asking their friends first to see if they want to join. And if they say yes, they're probably more likely to want to be in there and not feel like it's an annoying group chat. I then send the template to the host for them to send to their friends, kind of like what Ray did with the text party or link party. And I say, hey, this is what they send to their friends. Hey, I'm having a Facebook Messenger Scentsy party next week. My Scentsy lady is just going to share the new specials that Scentsy has out right now. It'll just be 2 posts a day for 5 days. And she promises not to blow you up. Would you like to join? And so this is super simple for me. This is why I've liked the messenger parties, because it's not like a Facebook group where I feel like I have to post all day long. I send 2 posts or 2 messages a day for 5 days typically. And I'm highlighting the important things. So I always share the warmers and wax first, and then I might go into like the warmer of the month and scent of the month. Then I'll go into like if there's a special that week, like Easter collection or things that I really like fragrance flowers. I've done a poll before to kind of get an idea of what they like. You can do a poll in a group message. So then that kind of tells me like, okay, these people like Disney, so I'm going to show the Disney stuff, or these people like on the go stuff, so I might show the fragrance flowers and mini fans. So you can make it like gear it towards the group of people that are in that group. If they want to post on Facebook, and as well as sending a message to their friends to see who wants to join, they can typically say just kind of the same thing, like, hey friends, I'm having a Facebook Messenger party this week. Same thing. My Scentsy lady is going to share the post. Would you like to join? But with that on Facebook, I always ask the host, send me 4 or 5 warmers that you like. Go on the website, pick out 4 or 5 warmers that you would love to have. I look up real life pictures of them if I don't have them, and I send that to the host and say, post this with your Facebook post, because that's obviously going to grab more attention than just sharing this status. So they're messaging people, and then they're also posting on Facebook to get some people they may not would have messaged to see who wants to join. So like I said, I run these parties from Monday to Friday, 2 to 3 messages a day. And I'm not going to go into like all the messages from a messenger party, but if you want me to add you to an old messenger party that I've done, we're going to send out the notes from this party, and I have my phone number on there. So just text me and I will add you to an old group that I've done, because it's really simple for me. It's not that much. It's not time consuming. Literally, I do it once in the morning, probably around like 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So I'm not like waking anybody up. And then I do it again, probably like, maybe after supper time when people are off work. The important part about this as well is in the midway through the week, I send a personal message to everybody that's in that group. And I say like, hey, thank you for joining so-and-so's party. If there's anything that I can help you with, let me know. And that way I'm making that personal connection with them. And more than likely, that's usually when people start ordering, is when I reach out to them and help them with like their suggestions and things. So like I said, if you definitely look at the call notes when we send this out, because it'll have my number, and I will be more than happy to, if you just text me, I will add you to one that I've done. So that is it. But I just want to say that if you are kind of feeling like you're in a slump, and just know I'm there. We're all going to have times that we're there, whether you are an essential consultant or a superstar director. There are going to be times where you're struggling. You might ask 10 people to do a party, and all of them either ghost you or say no. It's going to happen to everybody, and it's okay. But I know that this is up to me. Like if I'm going to sit down and ask, or if I'm just going to say, you know what, like this month just stinks, and it's just going to it's how it's going to be. So it's up to me to say, no, I need this for whatever reason. I need the money. I need to do it. Really, for me, I like to see my PRV goal. It's not necessarily, the money's nice, but I want to be at a certain PRV. And if I'm not, it really bothers me. So I really work towards that PRV goal, but also to getting new customers. I constantly want to get new customers, and continue to grow my business. So that is, I think, all that I have. I didn't see any comments, but I'll try to look through that and see if there
Hey,
was.
Caitlin, I have a question though, because I think probably some more people. Do you have a limit on how many people for the group parties?
Typically, I like it to be somewhere, if they can do like 8 to 10, I think that's a good number. But I also have had one up to 24 people. But if it comes to be too much, where there's a lot of people in there and there's like a lot of messaging back and forth that can kind of be annoying, I'll say, hey, I'm going to message you privately. So that way it's not like too much going on in the group message. So, I mean, I would say it's good to get at least 8. And then just kind of like help each other one-on-one if you feel like it's becoming too much chat in there.
Okay, and then I had one more question. Do you use a template for what you post? Or do you have like maybe like a broad template, and then after you do the polls and you figure out like, okay, what does this specific group of people want more information on? And then kind of pull from that template? Or do you just kind of like think of stuff off the top of your head the morning of when you're going to post?
Yeah. So I do kind of have a basic template. The one I did was from fall, and it's basically like, I do follow that for the most part. Like I'll do warmers and wax first, and then I'll always do the warmer of the month. So that'll just change based off of what the warmer of the month is for that month. Then if it's like a collection, then I just come off of, more than likely I've posted it in my VIP page, so I can take from that and just kind of edit it a little bit. Or I mean, typically I do follow that template, but if it's something brand new, I just kind of have to come up with something to put in there for that.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm gonna try one.
It's been, I mean, I think that it's good because people see it. You don't have to worry about them missing a notification, which is what's been good for me. So, like I said, if anybody has questions, I'm up for answering them, and you can just text me once you get that call note and see my number.
Okay. All right, Nicole, you're up, girl. Let me highlight you. Hold on, I gotta find you.
Good night, y'all. Sorry, the kids just came up here to tell me good night. Y'all sleep good. Okay, I'll see you in the morning. All right, hurry. Okay.
Hi, Caitlin.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of you on here.
Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin.
All right. Hey, Grayson.
Night. Mwah. Love you. All right. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, sorry. I know. Okay, sorry about that. No, don't turn it off. So hello, by the way. Y'all turn the light back on, please. Well, that might be okay. I wanted to touch on something that Caitlin said about her parties. I'm going to go into like how I do my parties, and I'm going to keep it as short as I can. Okay, they're still going down the stairs. Can y'all still hear them? Sorry, there's a lot of noise right now. So one thing that Caitlin said about her parties that I wanted to touch on is, and I have done some messenger parties. I did some in the fall, and they actually did really well. I haven't done them lately because I did not enjoy them as much. And honestly, it's probably some of because of me, because I didn't do very many, and I didn't like spend a lot of time actually working it, tweaking it to how I would like it. I really looked at a lot of it. She had me to one of hers. I looked at kind of how she did it, and I honestly just like copied a lot of what she did, because I was at a point to where I was about to get married. I was like, I needed to get PRV. I want to, have more people that I'm meeting. I want to try something new, because I was in that same situation where I felt like my Facebook parties, group parties, were not what they used to be. I started in 2019, and for the first 2 years, like Katie said, I was doing Facebook parties, group parties all the time and had really good success with that. One thing I wanted to say that I like about the messenger party that Caitlin was talking about, and also probably Ray with the text, is that it's not as many people that are, it's a smaller, more personal group of people, 8 to 10, 8, 15. I think that's good. When I first started doing Facebook parties, people were at that point where they were just inviting everybody, and people were getting invite after invite after invite. And people got really burnt out on that. But at that time, it worked well for me, because if I might have 40 to 50 people in a party, obviously more people are probably going to order, especially if they're seeing the posts. And at that time, the algorithm wasn't, a lot has changed with Facebook. And so I think what I've noticed between then and now, when I'm doing my group parties, is I'd rather have a smaller group, have the host talk to the person before they're added, so they know, hey, I wanted to see if you wanted to be in my party, or maybe they've already talked about it. So they know ahead of time what to expect. They're not just randomly added. They're actually, want to be in there. And I think that the messenger parties and the text parties, they go well with that, because the person, obviously, if they get an invitation, they're probably going to know up front that that's about to happen. So with the parties that I've started three this week, and they are group parties. I started 3 yesterday. And I am doing them a little bit different than I have done in the past. There's a lot of things that I have just kept the same, because I know that it works. A lot of things that what I do every single time is, make sure when I'm talking to the host, and like I said, most of the time when I get a host is through a follow-up, kind of like what Caitlin was talking about. When I have maybe a customer that I just got from another party, I'll be like, hey, do you want to do what so-and-so just did and get more to try for free and half off? After they've gotten their first order, they're really excited. That's when they're really going to be excited most probably about Scentsy, is when they get their stuff. So that's a good time to check in with them and see if they would want to do it themselves. And then say, hey, we're going to make your party goal $500, because that's going to be how you're going to get the most, free and half offs. Set that, like Caitlin talked about, a wish list. That's a good idea, because when somebody has in their mind what they want, they're going to work harder to try to get it. So I like to make sure that there's a goal in place before we start with like a certain number, or like I said, certain product that they want. I like to use a lot of my own personal pictures. Sometimes, it's a lot. It's anytime that new stuff comes in, I try to take pictures, even if it's not mine, but it's of another customer's. It is time consuming, but I'll take pictures of things so that I'll have my own pictures to use when I have parties coming up, so that I'm not every day trying to take new pictures of myself all the time, because that's a lot. So have pictures on your phone that you're ready to use whenever you're having these parties, so that when you're sharing things, you have it there. You're not having to do it that day. It saves a lot of time. So pictures of yourself, talking about things that you like, sharing a little bit about your story. People love stories. When you do an intro to the party, talk about yourself, talk about, it doesn't have to be long, but just talk about, why you started Scentsy, why you love it, and how it's benefited you so far. People love to hear that, and they feel like they have a closer connection with you. Today, I think what we all have to do to be able to get customers, because there's so many people in direct sales, is to have those one-on-one conversations. And if you're not doing that, it's going to be very hard to gain more customers. And so in the beginning of my parties, what I do now that maybe I didn't used to have to do, is do a lot of interactive posts. Like, for example, I am starting this. I don't know if it's going to work well. This is kind of like a trial. I'm going to try it for a few months, see how it goes. But I have these party packs that I'm going to send out. So I saw this from another director, I think. It was a jot form where you put in the beginning, like, so one of the first posts of the party is like, if you want a party pack, sample pack, fill out this form. And in the form, it literally just asks for their name, their email address, their mailing address, what type of scent they like, so they can choose from all the categories what type of scent they like, if they'd be interested in doing a party later, if they'd be interested in being a consultant, just a little bit of questions about them. That way, hey, this might be a person down the road that's interested in joining or having a Facebook party. Or you can tell them, okay, this person likes fruity scents, so I'm going to send her the entire fruity section of wax that we have right now. and help her go ahead and pick out some like a 6-pack. If she sends me, say, if we get to talking and she sends me 3 or 4 wax bars that she thinks she would like, I'm like, you need to go ahead and do the buy 5 get 1 free. Or if you don't have a warmer yet, you need to do make sure you check out the bundle and save section and look at the warmer and bars bundles. Always upsell and tell people, how that they can save money, because people always appreciate that. So once I really get to the point where I'm talking to them actively and helping them pick scents, they're going to order. So ultimately, I really just want to be able to have those one-on-one conversations. I think, let's see what else. Oh yeah. So in the pack, so I've got here what I've got in them. It's not much. And this is like Ray said, you don't have to do this. Something I'm trying. It's an investment. Yeah, I'm going to be paying a little bit on shipping, but I have I'm not putting a catalog in there, but a product sheet or product list that you can get these from the consultant store that literally has everything on it. You can add your information down here on it if you want to. I didn't even do that yet. I have a scent circle, and all of this stuff I have gotten with my product credit, my own host credits for my parties. So I'm not paying for anything really but shipping and the packaging. Scent circle, I've got washer with sample. I love these little bags from Amazon. And then I always have extra scent of the month bars. So I'm literally giving them a cube of the scent of the month. I mean, I use the felt samples for my regular customers get. So I have a lot of these left over. So I do a cube of the scent of the month with the brochure. And I think I had like a little counter clean sample. I ran out of my scented stickers. So if I did order more, so I probably will do the 10 scented stickers, the new scents. But yeah, so that's what's in that. I sent it to the person that's filled out the job form. So I think let's see, I did 2 parties last week. I think I sent 8 out, and 6 of those 8 people have ordered, and I've got to check in with those 2 more. But I have their information to where I can follow up with them, and they're the ones, if they're going to fill that out, they're interested in it. I have like set up a template kind of like on Canva, so I try to use the same colors, kind of branding colors. I have that really pretty pink pastel kind of colors for this time of year. Every time somebody orders, I do a thank you. I tag the host, and then I also will post real life pictures of what they ordered. People like to see, what other people are ordering. And usually when somebody orders, then more and more people start ordering too. I'll also give the host an option if they want to do a 3-day, a 5-day, or 7-day party. Most of the time I still do 7 days, because the host is like, well, they'll be more likely to get paid if we do it for a whole week. And sometimes even if it's like 5 days, I'll wait, a couple more days if a few people in the party said that they need a little bit more time, and it gives the hostess more time to decide what she wants. So you can give the host an option. Also give the host an option. Hey, would you like to do a Facebook group party, messenger party? Explain a little bit about that, or text bag party. Like Katie has done really good with those. Give them an option, maybe see what they'd rather do. Because they're more excited about it, then they're going to be more likely to have a better party. So that's honestly the main thing that I wanted to show is these party packs, just because I know that I'm in a place in my business. Like Katie said, she got comfortable in the fall. I got married, I moved, and it's been hectic, but I'm at a place now where, okay, yeah, I want to grow my customer base again. Facebook parties is what got me to where I'm at now. I know that they work. I just need to tweak them a little bit. And, but I know how to talk to people. Once I talk to people, I know that I can help. I know what to do. So that's the main thing. So I will follow up see how these go. But yeah, it's an investment, but I think it's worth it, especially if you can get some new customers and new hosts and people joining your team. Because I'm in the same boat and don't have really many people to talk to about sponsoring right now with this awesome join special because I haven't done enough parties lately. So if you want to grow, you've got to figure out a way to connect with people, whether it's, all these different types of parties. There's so many options. So yeah, that's all I've got to say, I think, for now.
I love it. I just wrote all of that down.
And it was fast. I wasn't trying to talk too fast. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much.
No, you're good. I think the biggest thing too with any type of party, and you guys can kind of hit on this too. You already did, Nicole, but I think the biggest thing with no matter what type of party you do, personalizing it to reflect you as a consultant is huge. So like sharing your personal favorites, mixing in what your host favorites are too, but also like taking your own pictures. Obviously, you're not going to be able to have pictures of every single product that Scentsy has to offer, and that's why I always say like choose your favorite products and highlight on them and then go from there. But I think personalizing is huge, not just to get sales, but in the long run. Like if you showcase, the products, but then you also do a post about like your husband and like for me, my farm animals, my dogs, like you never know. People might not connect with me because I sell Scentsy, but people in that party might connect with me because they also have horses or they want horses or X, Y, and Z. So I think personalizing anything that we do is huge. So like for example, the in the the call notes that I just sent, they are party notes, I guess, because it's all about partying. But there is a link for the graphic that I use, the template link. I like encourage you guys to open that up and edit it and make it you. Like put your picture up there, put your family's picture up there, change out your favorite scents. Like don't just take what I created and download it and use it. Like edit it to reflect you. Okay? But do y'all have anything else to add before we close out?
I want to
Y'all
say just
killed,
like, oh, go ahead.
y'all killed it. Literally, I have all the notes from.
Same.
Well, the main thing I want to say is like not to get overwhelmed because I get overwhelmed constantly. I see people do all these awesome things and I'm like, I want to do that. Why can't I do that? And then I do it and I hate it or I'm just terrible at it. So I'm a creature of habit, but I want to learn, I want to learn from everybody. And I think that's so important to share all these things because it gives you great ideas. But times like this, we can get overwhelmed. So what I want to say is have a challenge. And Katie said two parties for this month, I think is great because it's not putting too much on your plate, but it's making you have a little bit of accountability. But try two different, maybe one do a messenger party, one do Facebook party, and one text, or see what you like to do. Because if you don't enjoy doing it, you're going to have a hard time sticking with it. And your host and the customer, everybody's going to know. I don't know how many times that I have started things. I didn't like it. So I literally stopped like halfway through and my host was probably like, well, where'd you go? I'm just like, and it's my fault. I missed out on, people I probably could have, but find what you like and work on that and make that work on it 100%.
Yep.
And then, like I said, you can always tweak it, but stick to you being you and doing things you like to do.
I
And
agree.
keep it simple.
I say pick one thing and go for it. But I also want to say, like, just because you did a link party, or maybe you want to do the Facebook group or the Facebook chat party, whatever you pick, just because it didn't work the first time you did it, don't just give up on it though, because sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get used to it and to tweak it to reflect you, like I said, to personalize it. And so don't just give up because the first one you did wasn't good. Because also, like, don't forget what I said. Like at the end of the day, the host really is the one that's in control. And you might have gotten a host that was a dud that wasn't in it. She didn't really care to get the free products. Like, keep going, okay? Like I say give it like 5 tries, honestly. So Katie already challenged you to do 2 parties for the rest of this month. Okay, one each week. So we have 2 weeks left. So give it maybe another month and maybe four tries. Okay. And then decide like, okay, these aren't working for me. And it's okay that if they're not working for you, but they're working for me, because I can tell you bag parties were a huge pillar in like reasoning for why my business, was booming when I first started, but like they don't work for me now. So like just because it's working for someone else doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you, okay? So that's all I have to say. Did the call notes work? Did y'all try to open it? Like were you able to open it? Okay, perfect. I am going to upload the recording in case you guys have teamies or want to rewatch or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna upload it sometime this week. Okay. I'm giving myself until Friday to upload it. Number one, my internet takes forever to upload an hour and a half long call. Okay. So please give me some grace on that. When I upload that, I will also upload the call notes with it. Okay. And it'll be pinned to the top of Dare to Dream. If you miss the very first Pow Wow call, that is already pinned to the top on Dare to Dream. Okay. So if you wanted to go back and watch that. But thank you guys so much for being here. And Nicole, Katie, and Caitlin, y'all crushed it. I am leaving so on fire. I'm literally about to go book all the freaking parties. So thank you guys.
Thank y'all. Thank you all for getting on, showing up.
Y'all are muted for some reason. Okay, gotcha.
Love y'all. Y'all
All right.
Yes, thank y'all for
just
being
need
here.
to hear. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. This business was not meant to be overcomplicated. Keep it simple. Don't let it overwhelm you because you're in control of it, and be intentional with the time that you do have.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
Night.